pitcher Michael McGreevy and J.J. Wetherholt. Thank you very much for coming in, guys. How are you?
Thanks for having us. Yeah, doing
Michael,
great.
for both of you, and Michael, you first, and then J.J., if you could follow up. How would you describe this season so far?
It's been awesome. I mean, a lot of expectations coming this season for the St. Louis Cardinals. There's a lot of people saying, oh, the rebuild's going to take a while. And I think that was perfect for the guys in the clubhouse coming in, just being able to play free. There's no expectations, not playing tight, just playing loose. And I think the product on the field shows like just how great and freeing that being able to play that way is.
Yeah. JJ?
I think, the way I put it is it's just been fun. I mean, we've been able to win some really good games, just play competitively, kind of embrace the culture that we're trying to build. And it's been showing up on the field, in the dugout, and, just a ton of fun.
The weekend sweep of the Cincinnati Reds, the excitement, you can see it. It's still building there in St. Louis. What is the vibe like in the dugout? I mean, it looks like you guys are having a great time. Obviously, winning is fun, but it looks like there's almost a collegiate atmosphere among the boys in the dugout.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally like I was saying, we're trying to have fun in there, and I think, big thing for us, getting Newt back is huge just because that he's electric in the dugout, on the field. He's just kind of one of our veteran guys, so. He's been great to have the past couple of games, and but even before him, we're just finding ways to stay energetic, to pick each other up, and just continue to play good ball.
Michael, the tarps-off phenomenon has gone viral. It is league-wide, but it should be noted that it started in St. Louis with a travel team from Stephen F. Austin in Nacogdoches, Texas.
There's some bad bodies in there.
Well, yeah, but they're into it, and that's what we like.
Whatever floats the boat, though.
When it first happened, that first night, and those kids did that, what did you think? What did you see that first night?
Yeah, so I was on the bench, and I saw maybe like 7 guys with their shirts off twirling around the upper decks, and I'd seen something like that on social media at like a college football game in the fall. And I'm like, well, if I know anything, like it's gonna grow, and that'll be funny and stuff. And then the sheer amount of how many people joined that game and being able to come back, and then we walked it off that game too.
Wow.
Kind of gave it all to them, like, hey, like they kind of willed us into winning that game, and then showed up the next day. Ollie bought those fans tickets, and then got them into the clubhouse after. Then it's been every day. Then no matter if it's 105, like how it felt yesterday playing the Reds, there was tons of people out there, and it was just crazy.
Yeah, and JJ, I think it's emblematic of really how this team has energized the city and the fan base, yes?
Yeah, I mean, that's what they'll talk about is just kind of bringing the life back into the stadium. I mean, those people have showed up, every single game since, and, they do roll calls. Yesterday they were yelling for the umpires to pay attention to them. So just,
roll calling now.
Being clowns out there, but giving us energy and firing us up. And, yeah, I mean, it's definitely helped us.
Well, let's talk some shot.
Yeah.
Alex is going to break down Michael. Cliff is going to talk hitting with JJ. Let's go first here, Cliff, and let's talk about some of this, the fantastic rookie season that JJ Wetherholt.
Yeah, you know what, Jay, I guess when you go back and making your debut, I guess the biggest thing is getting comfortable.
Yeah.
Trying to find your way, and, you got a packed house. How'd you feel?
Yeah, I mean,
right?
I felt fine. I mean, this made me feel a little bit
right. This allows you to feel good. But I'm looking at this. Dead central, little leg kick. I'm like, okay. So once you get comfortable, we don't get into your bats in a minute. I think you show
what a
love
moment,
to the boys,
huh?
but a big moment for you.
That was pretty wild. Definitely couldn't have drawn that up any better.
And then here, March 28th. This is a walk-off. Right, so you got your first home out the way, you got the walk-off out the way, your boys come kill you at second base. You got to tell me again, how's this one feel? Is this bigger than the home, or this is, because the walk-off is a little different.
Yeah, I mean, the walk-off is crazy, but I still think the homer was a little cooler.
And then inside the park, well, I won't say it's a little league inside the park. Where do you decide, like, I got to score? Because Tatis actually wasn't in a rush to get the ball, so you kind of had a little time to get around second. At third, are you thinking I'm holding up, or you got to get it going?
Nah, I mean, I saw Pop waving me the whole time, so I was just running my heart out.
I mean, look at this. This is Cardinals rookie WAR leaders among position players. Now, you got all time. I mean, there's some great names on here.
Right.
Stan Musial, Albert Pujols, Mason Wynn's on the list, Rogers Hornsby. And then look at my man. J.J. Wetherholt's on pace for a WAR of 6.9.
Don't get caught
in
up in
2026. Now, don't even think about it.
I don't even really know what it means.
Don't even think about it.
All-star game. We just want to get that out the way. So I want to talk hitting.
Yeah.
And then so I looked at the leg kick, and I had kind of I had a big leg kick, and I always called it a perfectionist type of approach. Why? Because the front foot got to get down. And I'm gonna take you back to West Virginia, where you went to college.
Yeah, let's see a little.
And the biggest thing
before and after here.
Before, right? So, because the leg kick, I mean, it's kind of gotten a little shorter. Right? It's not as big as it was at West Virginia, but the foot is down, and you have a good base. I think the base is the biggest thing with a leg kick. So tell me about your leg kick a little bit and just how you kind of change and evolve into where you're at right now.
Yeah, I used to be super high leg kick. I mean, like when I was in high school, I was getting like way up. And, you know, when I got to college, I kind of just thought velo would be a little bit too much. So I started shorting it out. And then after my freshman year.
So wait a minute. You were bigger than the one at West Virginia?
Yeah, it was. But then my sophomore year, I kind of brought it back because I was like, I had a year in the Big 12. I'm starting to feel a little bit better. I'll start to just kind of swing my swing, and that's kind of how it came out there.
And so here we are on the left side of West Virginia. So this is kind of where you are right now.
Yeah.
Right? A little bigger.
This is a little bit bigger still.
A little bigger.
That might be, I think that's even my junior year. So my sophomore year might have looked a little bit different
too. But hands kind of in the same place?
Yeah, I feel like they're a little bit further back earlier. I don't know. But, I mean, I feel like most of my stuff has been pretty similar. Sometimes I'll just go through some phases. I mean, lately, I feel like velo up has been getting me a little bit, so just trying to be a little bit shorter that way has helped me.
So the minor adjustments, do they come from the coaches, analytical team telling you certain things? Like, how do you get to the point of, like, saying, all right, because this right here allows you, in my opinion, to get this right here to go up. Because if you're chasing out of the zone, then you're not hitting anything hard, right?
Yeah.
So when you get to the chase point of understanding the strike zone, being a leadoff guy, how has the strike zone and your understanding of it helped you get to where you are?
For sure. I think that's one of the biggest parts of my game has been plate discipline. I mean, ever since literally when I was a kid, as soon as kid pitch started, just always trying to control the zones that my dad would talk to me about. And have been able to do so pretty decently at most levels. And like you said, when you're not chasing, you're slowing the game down, and then you're able to make more consistent contact.
Now, all-around game is another one. This is plays from yesterday. I mean, you made that look easy. That's a hard part.
How do you feel where you're at defensively right now?
I feel solid, yeah. I mean, we put a ton of work into trying to just get better out there, being more confident in my reads and my footwork, and it's definitely been showing up, so just got to continue to stay aggressive.
What's one defensive fundamental that you're always thinking about when you're out there?
I think just pre-pitch has been the biggest thing this year. I mean, like I've got really quick reactions, but you know, we've tried to push that to if I can get off the ball really good to start, then I'll get to even more balls, and I think that's really
and I love, Cliff, the way this team plays.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the old school St. Louis Cardinals. Putting the ball in play, going at first to third, stealing bases.
I like this too, Rofo. I mean, this is a pretty cool board.
26 players in the 95th percentile or higher in base running value and fielding run value. Look at the company that J.J. Wetherholt is keeping. You got Bobby Witt Jr. and Nico Horner and J.J. Wetherholt.
And both of those dudes rich.
Yes.
It's coming, dog. It's coming.
Do you do a lot of homework when you're studying pitchers when it comes to your base running, especially when you're trying to be able to get some jumps off them?
That's definitely an area that like I could do individually a little bit better, but our coaching staff does such a good job. I mean, we go in there and it's like the first day of the series, you just have a slideshow of everybody, and you can go through and watch it all on your own. So they do a great job of presenting it to us.
Alex, why don't you and Michael talk pitching here? I'm going to trade places. Why don't you get right there?
Yeah, I wanted to talk because he pitched yesterday and pitched really well. So I mean, look at Michael's season so far. I mean, he's pitching to a sub-3 ERA, in the 7 innings. Doesn't walk many guys, but the quality starts. That's the thing. Every time he's out there, I mean, you're giving your team a chance to win every
Tied
single
for
time.
8th most in the league.
But what I love about, like, when I was watching the game yesterday and seeing some of his starts is he does it a little bit differently than a lot of guys. You don't have the 98 to 100, right? But you have 7 pitches that you mix it with. And that's what I love. Like, you would be a guy that I love to catch, right? Like your type of pitcher was the guy that I wanted to catch because you could be unpredictable, right? You can mix things up while with your pitch sequences. So I wanted to go into the 4th inning that you had in yesterday's ball game. Let's pause it right here because you have a guy on, right? Lowe got on base with a base hit, so he's on first base. You're down a couple runs. You're going to face the middle of the order second time through, right? So let's go in. Let's start it up with the at bat against Steer. You start him off with the heater. He takes it. Nasty changeup. Pause it right there. That changeup right there. That's been a big pitch for you this year.
Huge this year.
Yeah,
it was definitely came along this year. I think in when I came into camp in 2024, I came in with the changeup I have now, then get option to AAA, then all of a sudden it just went away.
Yeah.
Just completely went away. So all 2024, I kind of had to find a grip that worked.
Yeah.
And this year, coming into camp, it was where I wanted it to be. And with Avila not being exactly where I want it right now, the changeup has been huge to make sure that fastball does play up in this situation. Like
he
it
has
does in
doubled
0-2
up,
count right here.
and you were throwing that changeup way more this year.
Yeah, way more.
Yeah, well,
especially to righties as well.
And Steer's previous at bat, you struck him out on the changeup, so you got him to swing and miss there on it.
Yeah.
So play it here, then you rush him up with the heater. That 90 looked, I'm sure, 96 after that changeup. Pause that right there, because that cutter right there to Benson. So you started him off breaking ball, right? 1-0. Now, to me, this is like your pitch to like get back in the zone, but that if he makes contact, it's weak contact.
Totally.
Right? So we can play this one, and you dotted up and in.
Yeah.
Perfect. And I think it sets up this next pitch. If I'm not mistaken, you can go ahead and play it, and you just dot fastball down and away. Pause it there, because that cutter, right? You got him thinking in there.
Yeah.
So now you can go away. You dot up. Now, this is what I like. After the next pitch, go ahead and run it. You miss with the changeup. That's where you can go. But that cutter right there that you threw first, you go back, but with the slider. So I'm a little slower, with a little more break. Go ahead and play it. And he swings over the top.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, that cutter just opens up that whole outer half of the plate. I mean, he stands tall, he's uncomfortable. You saw the reaction. Like you said, if he puts it in play, it's soft contact, but if he fouls it off, I know I have that whole outer half I don't need to be as fine as like what that pitch was. I was about as perfect as I want.
Right.
But I mean, I knew that pitch was there, and he's probably going to take it all day.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and play this one on McLean, because now you got 2 outs. Lowe's on second base, so you're trying to get ahead. You throw the heater to get the strike. You go back to the sinker. Let's pause this here, because let's go back 2 pitches, because I was curious in this at bat, because you went fastball first pitch, right, for a ball. Then you went changeup and he swung. Let's back it up to the second pitch, the second changeup. Go ahead. Well, before that one, you got the swing and miss on the changeup.
Yeah.
Then he took heater away, right? So that's telling me he's sitting soft.
Yeah, well,
right.
and that's what he hit the homer on in the 3rd inning.
Exactly.
Sat sweeper, great swing. Matt McLean's from my area. I know how good of a hitter he was, so it's kind of like, dang it, like, you got me there. But
because he ended up taking that 2-2 changeup, right, and sees it pretty good. Then you rush him again with the fastball up and get the strikeout. So I mean, that to me, like when I was watching the game yesterday, like what you did yesterday was this right here.
Yeah.
I mean, you will throw anything at any time, really. And even that slider, 4%, that's what you got Benson on the strikeout.
Yeah.
So you have the ability to get guys out with multiple pitches, and that's what I loved watching. And that inning was like indicative of what makes you really good.
Yeah.
And one of 7 pitchers with at least 6 pitches where he's using it at least 10% of the time. So it is the full arsenal for Michael McGreevy. How big is your pitch?
Pitch comp. I certainly don't use it. Ivan Herrera's my guy back there.
He's got like an iPad out there.
Thankfully, we're on the same page most of the time.